Welcome, welcome, welcome to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a little thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, notification bell. I really like this show. I hope TLC doesn't ruin this for me. But on the docket today, we have Thousand Pound Best Friends, Season 2, Episode 2. And the title of the episode is Weigh In is the Hardest Part. Okay. This is what I've been dying for. From last season, I want to know more about Ashley. We finally getting Ashley.
Yes, and I want Megan off the show. I want her off the show. I want her
ignoring
fired.
her. I'm ignoring her. She's just wasting a lot of time.
I need her fired immediately. No severance, no pink slip. We'll write your last check for you on a napkin. Please leave. She just irritated me through this whole episode. I'm and it's weird because she stands out this season. She really stands out because she's the only one not taking accountability and not owning I've made mistakes. Like you saw Ashley, we got a lot of Ashley, which was fantastic. Ashley acknowledged her shortcomings. She acknowledges she made mistakes. Megan does not. Megan always wants to cry. Always wants to cry. For no reason.
But Ashley also made a good point at Vanessa's dinner where she said Megan's always the one pushing us and trying to hold us accountable and giving us, being our cheerleader and stuff like that. But then when we try to say something to her to hold her accountable, she just walks off in a tizzy. It can't work like that. Because Ashley's really looking for a support system to help her. And I feel what she want to say is, Megan, you the weak link here.
Oh, 100%. And she is the weak link, if we're being really honest and really truthful, because she just refuses to do the work. And how she behaved at Dr. Proctor's, I'm like, are you serious?
I loved it when he laughed.
When he did this, when she was on her little rant and he did this, I was like, oh. I was like, uh-oh, here we go. He about to let her have it.
And then when he just did that, and that set her off and sent her out running, he has to be accountable for the way he makes me feel. Okay. Get your ass back in there. You know what irritated me the most about that meeting, though? That was Tina's appointment for Tina to get help. And Tina had to wind up taking her out of there like a mama with her 2-year-old throwing a fit at the local Walmart.
Holding her hand.
Yes. And Tina did. I don't even remember Tina saying a word. That was a totally wasted episode for Tina to get help from Dr. Proctor.
But shout out to Dr. Proctor because he went in. He's like, we ain't seen you in months.
And yeah, he's like, have you been doing any of the work? Did you contact us?
No. But when she said, well, I have not received one phone call, I'm like, see, that right there. You want to take no initiative. He's like, well, okay, why didn't you reach out to us?
Okay, wait. Yanni says, I actually feel sorry for Megan. She wants unconditional love and compassion. She wants attention. She wants to be loved and cared for. Well, then get out of Tina's basement and get out of Tina's hotel room at the Baymont.
Which, and talk to your fiance about that. Fiance, husband, whatever he is.
What fiance? Okay. I wanted to punch Megan out in the hotel room. You saw Tina there on the verge of a breakdown. They all trying to use one bathroom. And she's there going, do you need any help? And not do wow.
I just want to say Tina's useless. And I'm going to say not Tina, Megan. Here's the thing. Either this is complete storyline, or Megan is a terrible friend. It's one or the other because you laid up in this woman's house in the basement with your fiance. Then you know this hotel room is too small, and I think you said this last week that production's paying for another room, but we gonna go with what they giving us. We gonna be nice and not blow it all out the water. And you do nothing. And see, the fact that she's not helping out at the hotel lets me know she's not helping out at the house. That tells me right
But
there.
you saw when insurance cleared them to go back in and collect some items before the construction work starts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tina down in that basement boohooing over some thing painting or something
Megan.
that her
It was
mom.
Megan, right?
Oh yeah, Megan. Sorry, I'm getting their names mixed up. Megan down in the basement boohooing about something that her mom gave her, and all her stuff is ruined. Bitch, Tina's house is ruined. Tina's
Right.
house is ruined. They got to dig up to the subfloor. They got to rip out the
Woo.
ceilings, rip out the walls, check to see if all, like if it's wet, don't they have to fix the electrical too? Like you just going down
Everything.
to the studs. And it's multi levels. It ain't
Yes.
just a basement. And she has no and Tina just standing up there and not saying a word. I would have fucking punched Megan underneath her bed for real. And I would have pitched her and all her soggy belongings out of my fucking condemned house. She irritated the snot out of me. I can't
And then
stand her.
and I was looking at Tina like, you concerned about her journal and her weight loss in your soggy house. I was like, you a friend. You a friend. I'd have been the friend to tell her to shut up. I don't give a damn about your quilt or your piece of quilt or whatever that was. I don't care.
Yanni says, no, Tina's the weakest link. She enables Megan on purpose. What do you think
Mm.
about that?
It's a very toxic codependent relationship, basically. That's just how I see it.
Okay, so a couple of people think that Dr. Proctor is Dr. Proctor, right? Dr. Proctor
Mhm.
shouldn't have laughed at her. Yanni says laughing is cruel. I think how he used those people for more business for himself. Well, yeah, because you got to get serious people in there who want to lose weight.
Right. But see, here's the thing, Dr. Parker, he on my 600 pound life too. So he was at Slayton Sisters too. He all over TLC weight loss. So he,
Mhm.
I think with him, and I've seen this before in different professions where people get so mad and they're so upset, they either laugh, they either laugh or cry, and it's to keep from being like just raging on that person. And this is the way I took it. I could be wrong, but I think he really wanted to cuss her out. And the only thing he keep from cussing her out is to laugh.
But you know what? When he laughed, right? Because I did a chuckle myself, right? And I sat back and I was just like, I wonder how many times he hears this from his patients that aren't really doing everything that he's asking them. Like this is the standard response, you know? So of course he's gonna laugh. Did it make for good
And then
TV? Hell yeah.
it did, but I also had to think of it this way too. Not that as you were talking, Megan started off like a house of fire. Like she was doing the thing. She was the one the group looked to for like inspiration. She was that girl because she lost like she was doing the thing. She was on diet. She was on this. She was on that. Blah blah blah. She was doing the thing, and she lost a whole bunch of weight. And then all of a sudden, she just went meh.
But
And
that's when it was
he
easy. That's when it was
right.
easy.
That's why he's looking at her. That's why he's looking at her like, "What are you like? What?" And he's like, he's not. He can't comprehend. Like, what are you talking about? And then you take that, you take her success. How are you feeling like a failure? And then just to push blame on other people and not take accountability for your lack of effort. I think honestly, his laughing that was him going completely over the edge.
Mm, I don't know. I think I look at Megan and she's like one of those false prophets, always spouting encouragement, but never actually putting into practice for herself all of the good cheer that
Mm-hmm.
she's doing. And you can't tell her anything,
Yeah, you can't. Mm-mm.
you know, because she got a plaster for every sore. She really does, and it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And
That's really true too.
honestly, what improvement has she made from last season? She's still in, well, she was in the basement with her fiance and hoarding. What has she done? Everybody else has made some sort of improvement. Well, even Tina, because at least Tina tried to make a shake. And what does Megan come upstairs with? A 15-pound gallon of pickle chips. I know that doesn't make sense, but
Not the pickle chips now.
yes, that was in episode 1. She came with that big Costco size container of pickle sliced pickles. Don't you call them pickle chips or something? I don't know. But yeah, like Tina's there trying and you're not helping things. Tina Tina is scared of her own shadow and can so easily regress into old habits. And I feel like she's a stress eater. I feel like everything that, like, if she gets a broken nail, she's eating
Mm-hmm.
half the fridge. And then she has to worry about her husband, her kids, the boarders that she have, squatting in her basement, all of these things, and her overall fears. Like, that's not helping. That's not
Mm-mm.
helping, and I don't, like, Tina needs somebody to hold her hand and hold her accountable. And Megan's not that person. Megan's the person
Mm-mm.
saying, "Why are you having the green juice? Come and have pickle chips with me."
Right.
You know?
Megan is determined. Oh, how can I put this? The best way I can put this, Megan will always make herself a victim. Something's always
Mhm.
happening to her, or something's always making it it's so hard to where I can't do this. She's that kind of person, and that's what I'm getting from her. Because whenever she's met with any like resistance or accountability, she cries like this happened to me. I feel like a failure. I'm like, girl,
Mhm.
like you lost a whole person, but
Yeah,
if
she
you
lost like
can't,
200 pounds.
mm-hmm.
Okay, Yanni says, Jamal, I believe Tina has been spoiling Megan to stick around. She called Megan her other child. It's it's German fault.
Tina fault.
It's Tina's fault.
I can see that. I
I
can see
wouldn't
that.
want her. But that's just me. I wouldn't want her around. I think Steven said, with Megan and her boyfriend there at the hotel, it stops her from having sex with her husband. It keeps her children out of a nice, comfy bed and on the floor.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know. Yanni said that was a little flood. That was massive. That was
I think she mean
massive.
that wasn't a little flood. That was
Oh,
massive.
yeah, yeah, because it impacted every floor of her house.
Every floor. I feel so bad for her. But ma'am, you could have saved. You could if you had called, the plumber first. You might have. Damage might have been
Turn
less.
off the water from the
Well, yeah.
main.
Turn off the water main, then call the plumber.
Child. Okay, so usually when a doctor does what he did, it was to shock them into reality and make them mad enough to say, "I will show you." Yeah, like part of tough love. But I think he's heard this so much from her, and he already knows that she's in the bottom percentiles of failures. And that hasn't turned her around. Why is he wasting time with her? Let me get on to the person who seems to be trying,
Right.
you know? But did he get to talk to Tina? No. Nope.
Mm-mm. And Tina needs to take
Um
note of that though. Tina needs to take note of that. That your friend sabotage your appointment. I, I'm gonna just put that in the back of my mind and watch for that during the season and see how it unfolds.
And who
Because
she does it
Megan,
to? I bet you
right?
anything the next one is Vanessa. Because Vanessa is the star of the show now with personality and with losing weight. I bet you she'll Tina is easy because Tina is easily accessible to her because she's there. I bet you anything she's gonna try to sabotage Vanessa's diet. And with Ashley, I bet you anything if she finds out about the situation with Ashley's dad and the background on that, she'll use that against her to get her to stop. Megan needs to be off the show. If she's the one who went to TLC and said, "Let's do this," again, this is an easy way out. She want to be fat forever. She don't want to lose weight. She want to continue living off of other people, TLC and Tina included, and she doesn't want to do anything for herself. I'm not liking her. Let's see. More than defense against, then it is her way of getting attention people worry about. People forgive her faults. Oh my goodness. Hey, Ablavi. Megan is like Tina's child, not like a grown-up friend. And it's scary. That was so evident when she was taking her by her hand out of the doctor's office.
Mm-hmm.
I would have left her ass in the bathroom and say, because like I drove her there. I'd have left her in the bathroom, given her a piece of toilet tissue, and said, when you get your shit together, meet me in the waiting room. I'm going back to my appointment.
I was just gonna get there. I would continue my appointment.
Unbelievable.
I would continue my appointment because Megan is a hindrance to Tina.
Mm-hmm. She is, but 75% of his clients. That's how much he's got from the shows that he's on. 75% of his clients. Well, damn. Dr. Proctor says she was one of his least successful patients. Yep. I remember that last year. What's this? I love it when y'all say hi to each other in the chat. That's so cool. Yanni says he used surgery as a quick fix. He should be working on what got them there, then do surgery. He gets money from the government and insurance, a boatload of money. Well, but he does put them in counseling.
Yeah, he sets them up,
And
that's the one thing that's the thing I've watching this show and My 600 Pound Life. It's interesting. They set you up with everything and all the resources, but they can't make them go. And that's the thing. You can't mandate therapy on people. They have to do it themselves. And I'm like, see, I think that should be part of the program. Like it should be built in. Like say, hey, like for our program, like if you want us to do your surgery, these are the steps you have to take, and these are not negotiable.
Yeah.
Like for example, you left it up to Tina. Like Tina's not one to hold herself accountable. You know what I mean? But you look at Vanessa. Vanessa was given the tools. Like, these are the tools you need. You know, they met with the nutritionist, and they went to the counselor, Dr. Connie. And it's so interesting. You could put Vanessa and Megan side by side. Both had access to the same tools. Both had access to the same means. But Vanessa looked inside herself and was open to taking accountability because one of Dr. Connie changed her completely. Like, you know, the nutritionist, she was like, okay, I get it. But when she went to Dr. Connie, like the light just switched for her. And she was like, you know, I need to really work on myself. And she took active role in doing that. She moved out her sister's place. She stopped living with her sister and realized her sister is a deterrent. she's got to do it on her own. She and think about it, she took a huge step in like half a season. Megan, over the course of a whole season and 2 episodes, hasn't done a tenth of what Vanessa's done.
But here's the thing, though. Vanessa admitted it was years and years and years before she finally figured out and got up the courage to say, I'm ready to do this. And I'm wondering what happened the first time Megan got her surgery, because clearly she wasn't ready to do it. Megan is very comfortable being a know-it-all, but she's not prepared to do any work. She's very lazy. And I don't think that we should be entertaining someone like Megan, who clearly is not a role model for anybody, unemployed and living in her best friend's basement with her man.
Like Yanni just said, Jamal, it should be a requirement, not negotiable. Not just every nutritional education, not one session. But it's not. He doesn't care. He gets paid either way, or better, they go back for more. True. Yeah, I think you can. I admit, like, you can't force someone to do anything, but if it's part of your program, they have to do it, and they have to sign for that. And it needs. Here's my thing. This is my personal opinion. I really feel that before anyone can be approved for like weight loss surgery, they need to at least go through 3 nutrition sessions and 3 therapy sessions, like minimum, to get them prepared.
Because I don't think, sorry y'all, I had a Costco run today, so I'm nibbling, but I really don't think Megan is mentally there. I really don't. I think she puts on a really great front, but I don't think she's mentally there. Tina needs a lot of work mentally because of all of her fears and her anxieties. And I can understand that, because she has put a lot of burden on her own shoulders for responsibilities for others, right? And her biggest fear about herself is that she doesn't want to die. So that is a lot of work she's going to have to do with. Why isn't she a Dr. Connie? Like, is Vanessa the only person that gives the referrals for Dr. Connie? But again, you can't push anybody to do anything before their own time, because Vanessa 10 years ago probably wasn't going to be ready for what she did last season. You know, wait. I follow Tina on IG. She's had to let her daughter... What? She had to let her daughter live at her daughter's friend. This was when they was filming season 2, when they had the flooding in the basement. Oh, because that one room wasn't big enough for them? Wow. Give us more info, Sunway. Tina says, I'm watching my little 9-month-old grandbaby, so I'll hit replay. Just wanted to show support. Thank you so much, Tina, and kisses to your grandbaby. Ryan says, but I'm saying continued therapy should be part of the bariatric surgery weight loss process. And Megan is the type who would quit that. Yup. Because just like Dr. Proctor said, if nobody reached out to you, how come you didn't contact us? You know? Tina didn't want to face the doctor either. They use each other. It's codependency. You think so? You think so?
I do.
I think Tina's just used to handling children in meltdown. No, you asked how many of his clients don't do what's necessary. 75%. Oh. Oh my God. All right. So Ryan, I got you. Continued therapy. I agree with you.
Here's the thing, though. I'm just reading this article. I'm just reading this article trying to find out why Tina's in the basement.
True, Michelle.
And it
why
says,
is
I haven't found it yet, but it says, this little article part says, Megan suggested that Vanessa move out and get a place of her own to be able to really focus on her weight loss goals, which caused contention with Jackie because she felt Megan had convinced Vanessa to abandon her sister. It's very interesting. And I
Mm-hmm.
hadn't thought about this until I just read this. You encourage
Mm-hmm.
Vanessa to move out
Mm-hmm.
of her sister
Yep.
so she can focus on her weight loss goal.
Mm-hmm.
Why aren't you doing the same thing?
Because
Because you don't
remember
want
then
it.
she was still losing. She hadn't hit the wall yet. It wasn't
Mm,
until later on in the season when she went to Dr. Proctor and Dr. Proctor said, "What happened? You aren't losing anymore." And she had a tantrum. And she decided she was going to give up. And she didn't want to hear nothing from the mean Dr. Proctor anymore. Because he's a big bad man. That's why I said she is very good at spouting all sorts of crap to people, but then doesn't want to hear it for herself. She's
mm-hmm.
not a very good friend. Mm. It should be a requirement, not negotiable. Not just therapy, but nutritional education, not one session, but it's not, he doesn't care. He gets paid either way, or better, they go back for more. Oof. It's not laziness, it's trauma. I need more evidence. I need more evidence of trauma in Megan's case, for sure. So Michelle says, I'm new to watching this show. Why is Megan living with Tina? She's making Tina's family suffer by living with them. Yes. Yes, Michelle. We're still trying to figure it out why she's there. Last season I thought it was to bring Tina into the storyline, but now with this flooding in Tina's house and how Megan behaves at the hotel, and then hearing Sunway saying that Tina's daughter had to go and live with a friend, like, come on now. Come on. Living in the hotel room together. Yeah. Sorry. Push the return. Oh, I do that all the time, Michelle. No worries. Actually, oh, so no one knows why they're living together. See, last season I really thought it was for storyline. I really did. But this year, I don't know. I don't know. It is a weird dynamic. Maybe Megan initially did the surgery because she was sick of being bedbound. In her mind, being mobile again may be enough for her to not feel there's more work to be done. She was bedbound?
Yeah, I recall that.
That was before this show, right? That
Right.
was on Dr. Proctor's old show. What she was on 600-Pound Life?
I don't think so, but she said she was bedbound though. I do remember that part because that was the impetus for her to get the surgery.
Ew.
I do
Yeah,
remember
but
that.
wouldn't she want to get rid of her saddlebags?
It's weird. She always has an excuse, and it's always mental. It's like it's interesting.
Let us know your
But
thoughts on Spare.
yeah, I want to know. My whole thing is like I'm just curious of why you got this far. Like you wanted to lose weight. It was your goal. Like what happened to make you just give up? Like what was it?
I don't know.
I mean, do I think it's the lack of accountability on her part for sure, but I'm just not sure what she's doing at this point. Like, if you are happy where you are, just say you're happy where you are and keep it moving, and leave the show because you're stopping other people from reaching their potential because they have to tend to your feelings.
I question this. Has she ever lived independently on her own before? Because wasn't she married before? Like she went from her parents' house to her husband's house, and now she's at Tina's house.
That's a good point.
Is she scared to show independence?
That's a good question.
Makes you look at Vanessa and really appreciate the leap that she took.
For sure.
And if I remember correctly, y'all said that Vanessa didn't really have a job. She would go to resale shops and then sell those clothes online or something like
Yep.
that.
Yep. Sure did. So we saw her. Remember, we saw her shopping last season, and she's like, "Oh my
Right.
god, this is a great deal. Like I'm paying this for this, but I can get this online." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Okay, so Sunway says, I also saw an IG video when Tina was sitting in the car crying with Megan. This was because they could not afford to pay the minimum deductible insurance. For what?
Oh,
Minimum
for
deductible.
the insurance to fix her house.
Oh no. Poor Tina.
And that's why I'm wondering, like, how much does Megan really contribute to the situation?
Pickle chips. She needs to get out of that woman's house. She needs to give her all of her TLC salary and get out that woman's house. I wonder if Megan lives for free or is helping pay the mortgage with her rent. I bet you anything. Megan said, Tina, let me stay in your basement and I'll help you get a check from TLC and we'll call it square.
I could see that happening.
I said this last week, but unless Megan and her man have major debt, season 1 should have paid for their own apartment. Yep.
I just looked it up a little bit ago, and each one of them makes between 1,500 and 3,000 per episode.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I only know one person that had the surgery that got skinny and still skinny. Really? Wow. So everybody else put back on their weight, Yanni? Wow. Yes, I love Vanessa's attitude too, but I bet you it took a long time for her to get there. But she's a determined woman. She's a hustler and she's a determined woman. I could appreciate Vanessa's struggle. I really can. Therapy did that. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Her ex-husband was abusive. Yes. I think she said that, Ryan. That's true. Okay. But back, wait and more because they didn't change it. Oh, okay. They didn't change the their lifestyle, their mentality, their diet, their exercise. They didn't change anything. They just had the surgery and thought, poof, it'll be okay. Okay. Yes, I agree with this, Sunway. Tina, stop mothering Megan. She's not your spawn. She's a leech. Get her out of your house.
Yeah, because she doesn't help you.
I honestly think that Megan and her man living in Tina's basement causes additional stress to Tina because of all of the junk that's down there.
Mm-hmm. Like, I'm sorry, how are you gonna hoard in somebody else's basement? I'm sorry.
I know.
That's just rude.
They kept their trauma and addiction, didn't change anything, didn't fix anything. Wow. Megan didn't even bother to clean the fridge. Shut up.
No.
Oh my God. The last season, Tina said her husband didn't like they were there. I wouldn't doubt it. And now
Right.
he got to stay in the same bedroom with them too.
Exactly. So that when your husband says I don't like them here, that's your man. That's who you laying down with. So you could help Megan out for a little bit, but when your man says like I don't like having them here, that's a cue.
And how do they not have the money for the deductible? What kind of insurance they got? They could have used the TLC money. Where did that go,
Right.
Tina? And with Megan living there, she would have to cough up some too.
Right.
Don't
And we
fucking
still
sit
have
on IG boo-hooing.
and we still haven't determined if John is working. Megan's fiance. Like,
Let me tell you, 2 bum broke bitches can be living in my basement.
see, that's the thing, right there.
Call me mean. I might have taken in one who was my best friend for a specific period of time with a financial agreement. You paying something towards this bitch, and you not moving all your shit in here. You got like about 5 panties, 5 bras, a pair of jeans, and 5 t-shirts and a pair of shoes. That's gonna help you go and look for a job, because you need to be employed, contributing, and be out in 6 months. And you ain't bringing no dick into my house neither. Period. We don't need to be friends.
Shut up. We don't need to be friends.
We don't need to be friends. Nope. Because I can guarantee you we ain't going to be friends after this.
Nah, you can't be having somebody in your house that's causing issues. Like, if you're contributing, cool. Like, no one's going to be mad at that. But when you're not contributing, all bad.
Stress
All bad.
induces cortisol production, which hinders weight loss. Megan in her house stresses Tina out, which is probably why she loses the same 10 pounds. I'm going to remember this,
Okay.
Ryan, because this is
Yeah.
going to be my newest excuse for why I can't lose weight. Because this sounds really fancy. Yanni says, but that's why I wondered if Megan paid rent, the insurance would pay for them too. Megan gives Tina bad eating habits. Yep. Yes, Ryan. Also, she doesn't want to. Oof. So you don't think Tina wants to lose weight? Sunway, Tina does the same to Megan. Wait, you feel that Tina stresses out Megan? What? Oh, wait. Hold on. Gives bad. Oh, she does. I thought she cooks healthy. Wasn't she there with the bullet in the hotel room? They all do just not bad enough. Oh my God. Y'all are going in on all these ladies. I don't know. Okay, so let's talk about the counseling session. With Dr. Connie and Ashley.
That was such a good session.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that Ashley was willing to like do it and be honest and be open.
Well, I was kind of shocked because it leads back to something that Yanni was discussing in the chat earlier. Connie asked her, haven't you had therapy before, considering that you did the first surgery? And she goes, yeah, a session, but it was nothing like this. So what the hell were they talking about?
Right.
Well, when she started talking about her dad, I felt so bad. And then like she's taking on the burden because she made the decision for him to give him the shots for his legs to stop the pain instead of doing the MRI. Maybe if she chose the other way, maybe like she can't do that.
Yeah, so you'll always be there.
Oh my gosh, she's eating herself up over what ifs, what ifs, what ifs. And I feel like she was too young to be making those decisions, don't you?
That was 15 years ago. She was probably a new adult, so that's not something. But that's not something you want to put on your child,
But where
especially
was
a
his
child who,
wife?
right.
Oh my
That's not
god.
that's not something that's not something she should have been. She should have been making that decision. That's just my personal take on it.
But I do admire her for wanting to like break the cycle. Even though she doesn't have high blood pressure or cholesterol, diabetes, or anything like that, they are in her family, and she wants to end the cycle. Good for her. But that was really, I like Dr. Connie. I do.
Oh, Dr.
She
Connie
seems
is
legit.
fantastic.
Hmm. What'd you think about their her and Vanessa going to Ernesto at the gym?
I mean, it's a good step. It's a good step.
Now, I wanna run something by you. Now,
Mhm.
Ashley was hesitant, like she was doing the free weights and stuff like that, but then when she got to the ab crunching machine, right?
Mhm.
She all of a sudden freaked out and she had a little meltdown. And
Mhm.
Ernesto kind of handled her the same way that Dr. Proctor handled Megan. But he was able to maneuver Ashley back over to the ab machine and get her to like start doing the workout. He
But that's because,
challenged her when she was making an excuse.
but they're new. But this is a new relationship. Number one, and number two, he had a similar situation. And then
Mhm.
number three, Ashley's mindset is different. Ashley's open. Like I said, Ashley's always said like I made mistakes. I ate through my
Mhm.
sleeve. I did this.
Mhm.
I She's always accountable. Megan is not
Mhm.
accountable. Megan
And that's
is
what I
wrongdoing.
wanted. That's it. The difference between the two women, not the
Mm-hmm.
men, but the women, and how they handled the same objection.
Mm-hmm.
Ashley sat there, she thought about it, and she decided to give it another try and at least try. She's open and she's
Mm-hmm.
ready. Megan threw a hissy fit, and if she could have, she would have thrown herself on the floor and started pounding her feet and her hands like a 2-year-old.
Yep.
And then mommy had to take her out of the Target. The two ladies, like the way how they handled an objection was vastly different, and I just I Megan is a nice person, I'm sure. I don't know her, but I'm sure she's a nice person. I don't think she's going to be a help in these ladies' journeys.
Nah.
Okay. Hold on. But I don't think, wait. Okay, wait. I think Tina wants to lose weight, but she has a lot on her plate. I'm not trying to make excuses for her though. Exactly. No. I get Tina. But I
Mm-hmm.
think her fear is her biggest hindrance. Her fear
Yep.
and her anxiety. That session got deep. I hope Ashley continues with therapy. I hope so too, because Dr. Connie seems to be like plucking the right strings with these ladies. Um, she eats healthy, then stop. It's a flip flop. Megan does well. Tina does bad. The flipperina does well. Oh, so when one is doing well, the other one is bad, and then they flip flop in a codependent
Right.
kind of way. Okay, but that's why they need to separate. I feel, and then they'll hold themselves accountable. But I don't think that's why Ashley is like that. It's something deeper. I need more. I agree with you, but she only had one session with Connie. Didn't we see a couple of sessions with Vanessa and Dr. Connie?
I think we saw two.
Yeah, but and it we scratched the surface in the first one because she didn't want to be there, and then the second one, it was about some sort of like abuse in her background or something.
Right.
So at least we saw her start to figure it out. So that's kind of good. Was Ashley also a large child? I don't remember the throwback pictures. She looked kind of chubby, but she's gotten bigger since season 1, but her like she looked kind of chubby. The whole family was chubby. How about before? What was the reason for her dad? Who dad?
So Ash, if you're talking about Ashley, her dad died of renal failure, but the diabetes and the high blood pressure played a part in it.
I find it hard to believe with the black DNA at her size, she doesn't have high blood pressure and diabetes. It can happen. It can happen. It can happen. That doesn't mean that she might not get it later on because it is in her family. Right. That's what I mean, Debbie. They know they have to be doing this to change. It felt like to me, Ashley was there for TV episode to work out for real. You think that she's more into it this year than last year? Because I get that impression. Especially since she put on more weight. Oof. Maybe it's because I haven't gotten down to a reasonable weight before Ashley knows what what needs to be done, and she's done it before. Megan doesn't know what the other side looks like. I think Megan just wants things to be done for her. She doesn't want to take responsibility or accountability or ownership for anything for herself. She's a very dependent personality. Megan pushed everyone last season to work out, but I now believe it's all for TV to pretend that they're trying hard, but they're not changing their mindset. I might agree with that, Yanni.
Yep.
I really want Vanessa to end the season with some skin removal surgery. You think she'll get down to, what did he say, 280? 180?
It is 180.
180? And she's at 300 now?
Yes.
That's a lot. She might not get it done this season. Because they only got 8 shows, right?
8 to 10.
That's a lot. Jamal, you're my expert. You think that she could get the skin removal by the end of this season?
If she diets hard, and we don't know how many months this is
that they're filming over.
Yeah, so if she loses like rapid weight, if she does 4 pounds, say 5 pounds per week, that's like what 25 pounds per month. It's conceivable that she can get it done in like 4 to 5, 6 months. So if this filming is done over 4 or 5 months, it's possible. But I think what's going to happen is that she's going to be close by the end of the season, and then that will spur her forward into next season where she gets the surgery. That's where I think it's going to happen. I think she's going to get really close this season, and then the first part of next season is her reaching her goal and going in for surgery. I think that's the way it would go.
Okay, so those sessions are for the show, not for the surgery. Oh, the sessions with Dr. Connie. I believe she lied. She has both. What's that?
Ashley.
Ashley has both what?
Diabetes.
Oh, you mean diabetes and pressure?
Ooh.
No, I don't. She was not at the gym to work out. Oh, child. Yanni don't believe nobody. Okay, so yeah, Steven agrees we probably gotta wait for another season. Yanni says Megan wants things to be done for her. I wonder if how she got attention as a child or didn't get attention at all, and now huge size she gets attention. I don't see wanting this for real. Wow. Yay, Steven's back. She has a lot of skin though. The smaller she gets, the harder it's going to be to work around it without all the rashes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the infections and stuff like that that they
Right.
get. Oh my goodness. Um Okay, I've seen footage of her talking to a plastic surgeon to remove the skin, so who knows? Ooh. Good for her. Good for her. Well, did we miss anything else? I know we jumped all over this episode in a random sort of way, but I'm going to blame Megan for that.
Yeah, let's get Megan off the show.
You so bad.
Just honest.
God. All right, y'all. So that was 1,000 Pound Best Friend, Season 2, Episode 2. I'm into this show for the exception of Megan. Was there a preview for next week? I don't remember.
Uh-oh. I didn't see it. I saw part of it, but look at this. The preview for next week. Vanessa's sister has been feeding her son again.
Yes. Oh, yes. Her sister's a bitch.
Pretty much.
Wow. Well, Vanessa know how to take care of her.
Right.
That'll be a good episode. All right, y'all. This was awesome. Thank you so much for joining us in the live chat. Leave your comments below for the replay crew. And join us again next Friday, where we'll be talking about this. And is the Sisters starting this week? I think it is. They come on usually on Tuesday, right?
The 17th. The 17th.
When's that?
Tuesday, January 17th. So next Tuesday. This upcoming
Okay.
Tuesday, I should say.
Awesome. Okay, so we have Friends and Sisters to review next week. Okay,
Yep.
so join us, and we'll see how Tammy can infuriate me this season. Oh,
exactly.
Are you guys doing the Cougar show? Yes, we are. Jamal, you have to do MILFs. MILF Manor.
That's just such a train wreck.
I know. That's why you have to do it.
I mean, I'm down for it. You can see right away it's going to be a mess.
It is, but like we won't go in thinking that this will be something worthwhile. This is just a dumpster fire.
We know what it is.
Yes. And yes, Steven, I'm going to be doing Brother Husbands.
Oh yeah, I'm down for that one because I just love. I'm just here for this one. This is gonna be a whole. I mean, we need 2 dumpsters for this show because you know what's gonna happen.
Yes, the
little
clips that I've been seeing. Wow.
I'm waiting for when the wife says like, well, his dick is bigger than yours. And when they start fighting, I'm waiting for that flip. I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that.
Oh my God. Only one dumb show at a time? Well, we can't do that. The whole roster of TLC is dumb shows.
Right?
Yes, he's going to be a girl dad. That is so good. Aw. Christine can help with babysitting.
Right?
All right, y'all. Join us back here in a couple of minutes, and we'll be doing Real Housewives of Miami. It was a good episode. So, Jamal, any final thoughts?
Steven Crystal thinks though the men on MILF Manor are actually their sons.
Ill.
Yeah, I want to think about that. No.
Better not be.
Right?
Ill. Gross. But if it did happen, oh, that would be fascinating. Oh my God. That'd be like that adoption show.
Oh my goodness.
All right, y'all. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. Join us
Yep.
then. Until next time.
Yep.
Bye.